So, what about everything that moves away from what I'm saying about myself? Well, I have been talking to the camera about everything that moves away from that I speak with myself about myself to the creation of myself. And the camera itself does not move anything with itself. That means there are people who object to myself and they do not withdraw their objections to myself. And even further, they do sins of commission against myself as though they will never get caught because their sins outnumber my interest in punishing that many sins against myself. That I myself, no matter how powerful I am, would never punish every little thing that went wrong in my lifetime. You not only one person of you could do a great many of sins against myself, but you are in coordination with a great many other people you do and you don't know who have done sins against myself. And sometimes you say you know that they've done sins against myself and you don't want to pay for it. And you other times say that you don't know what they did against myself. And that's true. You might have psychic or intuition about what's wrong with yourself. That might be something that you're doing against myself with yourself, but you don't have that you can correct that. That's due in a jail or a prison, and you're due to pay out restitution when you think you've done something wrong to me. Well, if you're not compensating me for the injury to myself because you're doing an injury to myself, you're doing jail and prison so that you're no longer consuming the injury to myself with yourself by being in my housing crisis. That's why it's not funny that everything moves. I live in an unfurnished apartment. For the past 25 years, I've been living in an unfurnished apartment. And I've lived in a number of them. I don't know how many off the top of my head. It's true that it's more than... So who's going to help me with everything that moves? Nobody. I don't know any of you that are in a position to help me with that problem. Even if you're threatening to move something that's mine away from myself, you're due in a jail and a prison because you have hands and feet. Yep. Don't look at me and say, well, what are you going to do with what you need? You and your God are like gay guys to us. And that's true that you don't really acknowledge that you're threatening to take things away from myself because you're not in jail and prison. Well, what are you going to do with your gay guy's problem? Do you have gay problems in jails and prisons? Why do you accuse me of having problems you don't have? What makes you think I have problems that you don't have? Why don't you have problems that you don't have?